So importing a text, sometimes you, or many times you would be importing some kind of text into Excel. So if you go to import a text, let's see how we can import it and then transform into an Excel file. So for that, I'll just take a, I've given all these exercises in the lab sheets. You can have a look into it once the class is over. So demo. So I've received all these mails in a notepad. Somebody has sent it, and I'm selecting this. Control C, going to an Excel sheet. I'll create a new sheet, and then when I do a paste, so it pastes, but the problem is it pastes the content only in B3. So you could see the B3. And so Excel provides a location bar and a formula bar. The use of the location bar, sometimes we don't even use that, but it's a very handy thing to know, the name box. So you can type any kind of reference. I can just say X89. So Excel will take me to X89. So you can move within the, if you have a large worksheet, so the name box will help you to navigate better. So I press A1, I come back. So you can move up and down. And sometimes when we see the name ranges, we'll see how the name box is going to help. So I have this B3, and now how I wanted to have the email ID separately in one particular cell, because I have this problem of dot and comma. I want to remove all those things. So Excel provides a very easy tool to do that. Go to data. There is an option called text to columns. Okay, so and if you're using different versions of Excel, 2007, 2013, 2017, or whatever it is, the same features would be available, but it could be in a different display format. So click on text to columns, and it says two options: delimited or fixed width. Fixed width, Excel will take it automatically, but we'll go for delimited, as the email IDs are delimited by a semicolon. So I click on delimited and click on next. And what is the delimiter which is being used? So I'll select a semicolon, remove the tab. So you could see that a kind of line is given in between. Say next. So generally you can even format it. See, sometimes when you get a text file, all the data comes as a text format, but you want to format that as a date. You could, if you work with CSV files, comma separated value files. So many a times, many of the software applications will export the reports in CSV files. If you work on a raw data, so if you get a CSV file, this is the best way to kind of convert the CSV file. You can do for each and every column. So and change the date format here itself. When you are inputting here itself, you can change the date format, or you can change to any kind of advanced format which you would like to. So I'll just say for this, let it be a general or text, both the same. I'll say finish. So now you have it all the kind of email IDs in one cell. I have it in B3, C3, D3. How do I go to the last cell? So you don't have to press the arrow key or move the scroll bar. So Excel, in any cell, you have this cell border. When I take the mouse pointer, it changes to a arrow and a pointer and a four-headed arrow. So just click on the right border. Double click on that. It takes you to the last cell. Again, I double click. So it will automatically go to the last cell value just before the empty space. So now it is done. So we already seen the transpose option. So select this, do a Control C, click anywhere, go to home, paste, and then do a transpose. So if I don't want this, I just delete this. Now I have the kind of email IDs. And so right now the column width is not adjusted. So how do we adjust the column width according to the maximum characters of the lengthiest cell? Just take the mouse pointer again between B and C, double click on that. It gets automatically adjusted. So if you have multiple columns with multiple kind of widths, if you want to align it, select the entire sheet and then just double click, the column automatically adjusts. So this is how you import. there is another way of importing where I opened a particular file, copied it, and then came back here. But instead of that, if I know the file location, you can go to data, and then you can select these options. So Excel provides these inbuilt options. Say if you're working with probably a database source or from Access, any source, if you know the database connector, you can click on existing connections. So you just have to see if you could work with Oracle or SQL or whatever it is, just click on existing connections, and then you can import any kind of data, or it could be a SQL query too. You can click on a new query, and then Excel will open these options. So from file, so it gives you a lot of options. So you can import from any kind of database. It could be a SQL server, or if you've developed a cube and analysis services, you can do that. And so if you have a large text file, you don't go open the file, do a Control-C and Control-Paste here. Excel will get stuck. Go to just directly select from text. So it'll ask you to kind of open the particular file which you want to download and then work on it. So this is the way you import the data and then format it and make sure that. And if you want to remove these names which does not have an email ID, one simple trick is just apply a filter, identify the cells which has the @ symbol. So that could be an indication for you to know that just have a title, email IDs. So just apply a simple filter, and then text filters which contains @. So now it has only the email IDs. So you can even say does not contain. So text filters does not contain @. So these are not email IDs. So just select and then delete. So now you will have good list of only the email IDs. Okay.